improve the Discord. I've taken some time to get some mega charts going, signals, you name it. And here we are today. We are looking at a crypto market which is literally very weak. I mean, it is the weakest I've seen the markets for a long time, but opportunities are all over the gaff. Whether you want to trade, whether you want to accumulate, I think once this market gets going, it's going to be quite incredible. You can see here today's tower performance scored 80 on my indicator. And the real alpha for me is where these to break down further. Where could we buy them? Literally. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, the patterns that we're seeing right now with Bitcoin, with kind of like a daily high being, or the recent swing high, kind of like bouncing off this level really hard. Regardless of the doom and gloom, you can only interpret what's in front of you on the daily, right? A visit down to lower prices is not always guaranteed. And if it comes, we take it. But you can clearly see here, just like we did in back in February. Just like we did back in February, we are seeing, look at that. Twice the price of Bitcoin has come here. So what's the strategy? What's the macro doing? And how do we buy alts on the basis that the prices eventually go up? I mean, we've seen we spotted a massive volume for altcoins in my volume tracker. Absolute insane volumes in gaming. And gaming's been really hot. I've been trading mine, Alice. The Alice token has been one of the hottest. So it's kind of weird. Like we're in a time when everybody expects Bitcoin to eventually bottom out between $55,000 and $48,000, which was the key ETF level. But so far on the daily, we're seeing a bounce on the daily, but don't get mistaken here. It is time to buy altcoins as soon as we break this level, if we break this level for Bitcoin. So that's what I'm looking at right now, guys, in terms of what Bitcoin's going to do and what altcoins are doing. I mean, what altcoins to buy. Really, I mean, for me, it's very, very important to have these altcoins separated. We have Sui, Bittensor, Tau, Kaspa. These will be real amazing coins. In the case of Tau in AI, Kaspa as a new, fresh layer one, improve of work that has, when I say fresh, I mean fresh with smart contracts. Sui is the fastest blockchain there is, hands down. So we're going to see an incredible amount of opportunities. I mean, Sui, 48 cents to about 56 cents is a level that you could expect. But here's what I'm buying right now. The first one has to be, of course, Sui. It has to be Sui. And the reason why I'm buying Sui is because the technology is nothing. There's nothing like it in terms of the layer ones. It's incredibly fast. I mean, Kaspa on the proof of work side is incredibly quick, but Sui here is on a discount and it will continue to be on a discount. And we are taking out the October wick. You can see here, October wick has pretty much been taken out for Sui. And I expect Sui to be really a coin that runs until 2030 and beyond. I think the technology here is absolutely incredible. The market cap has come down as well, 2.8 billion. I'm looking for a maximum opportunity here would be about a $1.5 billion Sui. But relatively speaking, right now, if you decided to buy this under 60 cents, I think you'd do really, really well. So this is Tau. Let's have a look at Sui. Here's my Sui chart. On the spot demand. So Sui's been bought up ridiculously. Let's get to the weekly to clean this chart up a little bit. So we had a sell signal here earlier on in the year, and it has been in distribution ever since. Now, my guess is that the lows for Sui are not too distant from here. There's this massive volume candle here, 46 cents. Crazy candle there. So these are great opportunities. I mean, what a great time to be alive. Regardless of what Bitcoin is doing right now, I'm just heavily focused on seeing where we can end up to pick up some more bargains. But at least, if you have a number in mind, you should dollar cost average towards it. But I think, look at that. I mean, buyers have been stepping in. Nearly 1 million Sui on a spot buy here on Binance. And then if you go further down, you start to see other orders below us. So the price action right now is there are sell orders above us as well, but 48 cents seems to be, there's 1.28 million a Sui there, which is about that's a huge order right there. It's around $800,000 initial count, 1.27 million. And you're starting to see, big orders coming in. Coinbase, OKX. There's an order here. Yeah, this is OKX. What's this order here? 55 cents. You've got 278,000 Sui. So if you're buying Sui today, I suggest you set your limit orders. Smash a like, by the way. We've got 15. What was that? How many people do we have in the chat? Yeah, we've got a few people here. Let's see who else has turned up. How's it going, Wolfman in the building? AFC, bro. I'm wearing a German shirt today. Shame on me. But this is a straight Euro 96 psychology. And absolutely wonderful to see you. AFC in the building. Big shout out to my brother here. And it's awesome. No. Anyway, let me see if I'm blocking the chart. Wait a minute. But yeah, I'm doing very well, bro. I'm doing very, very well. Family as well. Was watching World Cup football at home. Let me move these things over here. Can I move this? All right. Cool. So, like I was saying, guys, I am telling you right now, if you are buying Sui and you're feeling like, okay, you know what? The Sui price is gone. It's left me. It's beyond me. And I don't know what to do. And I'm struggling to DCA. DXB's got free alpha here for you live. All you have to do is smash the like button. And of course, as always, I will try and answer as many of your questions as possible. But no one else is going to show you this. No one else is going to talk about the order book. They're all telling you where they feel like the price is going to go. Of course, order books can be cancelled. But in a bearish price, momentum, in a bearish environment, the chances are you start hitting your limit orders. And these limit orders are concentrated below the current price. So it doesn't hurt, for me personally, to stagger orders in this range here. Now, of course, could we wick down as low as like 28 or 30? That would be a generational buy. I'm not saying the prices will go there, but at least, 48, 45, this region here is of real interest to me, right? And trust me, look, I know crypto is full of, the prices go up 2%. Everyone's going to say, oh, we didn't buy at 71%, or sorry, 71 cents. I'm saying buy at that level. Buy at that level by all means. But this is the real alpha here. If you were to stagger orders, how would you do it? And take the decision out of your hands. So I would definitely, if it breaks, 71 cents and below, there's buy orders coming in right now. You can see here 159,000 SUIs have just been bought. Bid order, sorry, $159,000 at 70 cents and some change. But this is what I would do. I would try and match these orders and put my limit orders right there. That is your SUI buy level. So first level would be, I would go lower 60s around the 60 cent, 57, 52, 48. That's how I would play. And that's exactly how it's going to play out if Bitcoin and the stock market come down. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like we're taking a random miscalculated guess. It is what it is right now. This is how the prices would fall should the stock market correct on the basis of these IPOs, should inflation continue to go up, should the Fed hike the rates. And in my opinion, you should be expecting all of those things to be true and expect one bottoming event. So what I've done with SUI is I bought, or I have a bag that I'm comfortable. Should the market reverse at some point, I'm pretty much comfortable with my average anyway, but I'm looking for a generational entry. And in order to get generational entry, you've got to do what's called an order book analysis. Where are the whales and institutions buying SUI right now? And as far as the order book is concerned, these are the levels in which you would be expecting SUI to go. Now, I do apologize. I have made a slight misadjustment here, so I can just bring this and align with the pricing. And there you go. Boom shakalaka. That is as clean as you would likely ever see an institutional order book live and absolutely free here on YouTube. Again, people talk a lot of shit. They won't show you these things, right? At the end of the day, I want everybody in our group to do really well. I want everyone to have the best bull market that they can. And like they say, Tesco's every little helps. You have a major analysis right there in front of you with a live order book into where institutions have placed their major sell buy orders for SUI. So you can see the current level now has around 884,000 SUI. There was another order that came in earlier. In fact, this was around 78,000 SUI on OKX. So OKX is accumulating absolutely phenomenal here. You've got a massive order here, 800K SUI from Binance Spot. These are all spot data, by the way. You've got another one here, 67, an order that's been sitting there to be triggered. So what happens is if the order is below, so there are two ways a crypto chart moves. A demand, supply and demand, basically. So what you're seeing here is where whales are basically setting up TP orders above. So you can see here, there is automatic sell order at $1.40 for 380,000 SUI. But if we go up the order book, you start to realize, okay, you know what? There's other orders as high up as $10, $21, $35. There is a sell order sitting here for $35 for a Sui. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go there now. All right. The majority of the massive orders here are all sitting above $3 to previous all-time high. But immediate resistance, obviously, when it comes up to $1.40, we are going to face those whales who are going to sell. But it teaches you a very important lesson. The important lesson here is whales put their orders, and exchanges and whoever market makers, they put their orders above and below. So when the market clears these buy orders, so which one are we closer to now? We're closer to the bearish side of the market. So the market's going to pick up all of these orders. Once the market actually fills those orders, it's going to be automatically be attracted like a magnet by the orders above in the order book. And these are all sell orders. $4.29, $5, price discovery. You can see here. So this is all important, guys. This is absolute alpha. And this is how you should be buying and staggering orders, by using the order book. Now, of course, we track this in our community. And for those cryptocurrencies now where the community is buying, we automate a lot of the feedback here through the use of AI and give people the right levels to be comfortable. If you're working like a whale, if you're tracking the whales, if you're tracking the order books, the chances are you've got no stress. Stagger, say $1,000 here, $1,000 there, all the way down to where the whales are potentially going to be buying Sui, and then you stagger those orders above. Ultimately, the dollar psychological level gets a lot of attraction. And then this is how we, instead of predicting markets by going to the market cap of, and that's how retail tends to lose money. What we're doing is a scientifically proven method of going with the whales, looking through the order books, seeing what order books are above and below us. So this box that if I just get rid of the box, you can see here, buy order, 47 cents, buy order, 1.28 million, 48 cents, buy order, Binance Spot, 181,000, Sui. Massive buy orders. I wouldn't be surprised if this potentially even reverses the price, but there's 490,000 Sui sitting at 54 cents. Insane. Absolute insanity. So that's what's going on, guys. That's what's going on right now. See if I can get this chat going here. By the way, guys, if anyone's sending me any greetings or anything, I can't see any messages, so I do apologize. Or even if you have a question about a coin, but that's Sui levels for you. That these are generational prices that are going to send us to a different level altogether in the bull market. But I'm telling you now, not just Sui, not just Tau, but a lot of cryptocurrencies are primed to do really well, despite what people are saying. You know, altcoins are dead and all of that nonsense. We're not seeing the current situation as the end of crypto. I'm seeing this as an unbelievable opportunity to actually buy lower, going with these institutional order blocks to the downside. See. So that's almost a complete order book for Sui, guys. Let me know what you think. If you've got any other coins you want to look at, but I'll move on to my next topic of discussion. Like I said, I don't have any chat on this streaming platform, but I can see your comments anyway. see if we get a chat translation. Let me see before I move to the next coin. Cool. So I'll move to my next topic. Walaikum assalam, bro. King Faisal in the building. Kingsley, official, my brother. Hope you're well. Yeah, hope you're very well, brother. I'm doing well. And again, you know, I do apologize, guys. The chats are not on this thing, but that's fine. I can see the public chat anyway. I can see the public chat. There is a way to do this, but obviously it's a long thing from here. So I'm going to continue with the alpha. So what I've done is I have in the Discord, occasionally I publish these metrics, these kind of unbelievable. I mean, listen, AI has taken the game to the next level. And I've been trading coins like Alice and whatnot, and I've been trying to post things in the Discord. But I've put down a guide here, which is absolutely incredible. And one of the things that I've been able to do with AI is to build a couple of dashboards, but trackers that are real meaningful in terms of the data that they deliver and how that data is executed. So I would definitely say, let me just delete Claude here. I would definitely say this has been a real game changer, right? This has been, let's just refresh this. So what we have is a combination of things that are highlighting basically when what's moving in the market, right? Axie Infinity up 12%, Breeding 13%, prediction markets. What you have is all of these various sectors, right? And they all come with a different level of intuition here. Tau is a strong accumulation. Squeeze level is at 65. Neutral in terms of buy and sell. But what you see here is relative performance versus Bitcoin. Now, inherently, the system by itself is not going to action things for you. But I have been catching narratives and trades using the system, which is pretty incredible because obviously if we can actually do this at a group level, we're going to win. We're going to trade a lot more. When I say trade, we can actually buy spot or low leverage or high leverage, depending on your skill. But this has changed the way I see crypto forever, in my opinion. And without real intelligence, without being able to build things that are tangible for everybody concerned, I think it's going to be difficult in the age of AI agents and bots to just compete without seeing where things are, when things are starting, when things are trending, and of course, when things are going to move on a breakout. So on a breakout level, what we do is we have attribute, score, intraday trading, swing, or a macro one day, where the signal by default allows me to look for a major breakout based on a criteria of 7 different ingredients. Obviously, the 7 ingredients are going to make all the difference. There are other setups that we've done as well that allows us to actually go straight to the chart. For example, for Bittensor Tau here, once you get the signal, you can go and analyze that signal individually, on the daily, on the 4 hourly, whatever you're looking at, whether you're looking to long or short based on the signal, you start to see things much more clearly here. On the 4 hour, it's clearly above the VWAP. It's holding strong. The candle is obviously at the moment deciding what to do. And you can see here the day, the hourly candle is getting smaller. So a massive break of volume through the VWAP on the hourly. And this next candle closes in about 7 minutes. It is able to also highlight when a certain asset is going through under a stealth accumulation. So it would tell you when stealth accumulation is happening on the basis of these dots that you see on the bottom here. And this is a pretty good candle example here where stealth accumulation started to take place before the price started moving. So that's been a real game changer, and it will allow me to eventually reduce the size of my portfolio on the basis that some of these other ones, the long-term conviction plays, can be held. Tau, for example, you can hold these for a cycle swing play. We've already seen the prices where is well above $10 in terms of where the whales are, where the whales are allocating the sell orders. But overall, what this has given me is the ability to not only trade in the short term in a bear market, but also the ability to accumulate in a bear market smartly by ensuring we have a confluence of data set that's now available to the DXB community. So I'm hoping as many of you as possible will take advantage of this. And if you look at for example, if you look at the Discord, there is a lot of dedication to this kind of data analytics. Anybody who's there can tell you what we're doing here. For example, today we looked at Solana because Solana has been pretty strong today. A whale bought, a Solana whale purchased, I think it was around, what was the order size here? Let's go to Solana. So if you look at the Solana order here, $16 million, right? So we got his wallet in USDC, and he basically bought 234,898 Solanas at an average price of $70, right? Around 7 hours ago, or at the time anyway. So that's insane, right? That's kind of like real, these were the purchases that they were making. $1 million, $1 million, $900K, orders that were all being filled pretty consistently, selling USDC into Solana. So, don't get trapped. There is activity. There's a lot of things going on right now in the market where you should be taking advantage, whether it's DCAing down, whether it's accumulating, whether it's, whether it's trading. There's a lot that goes on in crypto. And one of the reasons why I'm incredibly happy is a system like this hopefully will give us I mean, I've caught a few trades from it so far. So, you know, it tells you no setup at all, right? There were no intraday setups or anything to trade on the day. And that's pretty consistent. But if I move to a lower time frame, let's go to the 15 minutes here, right? So it tells me Doge has a setup forming. Has it fully played into our hands? Not yet, right? But the setup, three out of the 7 checkpoints have been met, right? So we'll go and pick up the coins, hyper liquid, you know, and then obviously a breakout. The aim is for a breakout detection. And I think that is essentially one thing to keep watching out for. But as and when these play out, I will definitely put these into the Discord for the low-hanging fruits, because sometimes people can make a, you know, ridiculous amount of money should a trade check out. Another one that kind of like that I was watching was, say, 5 cents, 5.5 cents. But 1 out of 7 confluence in terms of build up, but nothing in terms of confirmation or momentum that we're seeing right now. Steve from Yorkshire in the building. What is good, my brother? Hope you are doing well. Investor Squad. Stock market used to be correlated with crypto and doesn't seem that way. Stocks have been going up lately, especially with data centers, but AI has been down. They used to go up together. Absolutely. In the early days, they did, brother. But now, of course. But listen, if there is a massive, massive stock market drop, I can't see how crypto survives that. And then after that, it will be a survival altogether post that period. But for me, I think it's the stock market will not necessarily take us up, but it will definitely drag us down at some point. And that's why I do believe a cycle low could be around that $55,000 to $48,000 for Bitcoin. Essentially. Boom, boom. Cool. But essentially, look, $55,000 is the support level 4. And almost certainly, if 59,000 fails, right, you can see here, kind of had this bear flag, boom, and it's attempting to actually try and flip that resistance of $65,000. It is struggling there big time, right? So recent low 60,000 or 63,920. And it's just, it's just sitting there right now. And then the low before that, 7th of June, was the $60,000 level. So that was our bounce shelf. So that's going to be quite key. But in my opinion, there's only one place for Bitcoin to go, and that is to try and flip this orange line at $65,000 in order to have any opportunity of reversing anytime soon. But what I'm buying, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes out on some more cash. Cash will probably produce God candles when the time is right. Right now, it's kind of like it had a 15-minute momentum earlier today, and I alerted people that were trading it. But it's still relatively low volume, relatively bearish for now. I definitely want Tau below a certain price. Tau is actually okay on the daily. Solana has been the strongest coin today based on the size of whale orders. But I will definitely be buying Sui. I'll be buying Tau. I'll be buying, perhaps I'd be trading Neo Protocol. I'd definitely be trading Zcash because I've made the biggest amount of money in the last month trading Zcash up and down. I shorted that from the top, and I had a little series going on on X where I kept on thanking Zcash for buying me more Kaspa, and that's what you have to do, right? You have to be somehow. We've got the Caveman, for example, in our group. He finds incredible coins, he trades them, makes money. That buys him more of his longer term conviction. You're gonna have to be active a little bit more than we have been, unless you're fully comfortable with playing the cycle out and just accumulating, keeping your peace of mind, because trading is very risky. YouTube have never fixed this, right? Let's have a look at some of the smaller coins that have been running lately. Let's go to this market cap. Versus BTC is insane. So anybody who know what Tensor is, basically this has been absolutely, it's building up. So it's building price momentum without really breaking out. It's 97% down from its all-time high. It's up 64% versus Bitcoin. It is a micro cap at $16 million. But basically what this is a Solana NFT marketplace. So because Solana has been doing well, this has been doing well. But a chart like this will fool you. You'd be thinking, wow, look at this strong chart. But we're just only looking at the shorter time frame. But it's definitely something keeping in mind. Trading volume has been insane. And from its recent lows. Has a TVL. I don't know. I'm not a, I'm definitely not obviously, I'm not going to recommend anybody to buy this or trade this, but it's the sort of opportunities that we are picking up right now because we're seeing things that we would never have the ability to see regardless of how many APIs or whatever you use in terms of tracking these things. But it is absolutely insane to think that we've got this kind of like this coin that's just pairing to go. It's literally just coiling up 100 what do you call the 63% up in terms of price. It is obviously super risky right now, but that's the kind of things we're picking up. Pumpcade. What is Pumpcade? Oh, New York Knicks. Peter, how are you, brother? Mr. Mortem in the building. Oh, man. I've got 100 guns, 100 clips. I'm from New York. I'm from New York. Wow, the game was on, huh? Listen. Damn. New York wins 4-1. Game 5. Damn. Championship. That is ridiculously good, bro. How are you, brother? Pete in the building. I haven't seen my brother for a while. DCA time for the last. Absolutely. Absolutely. And now that you're here, let's take a look at some good buy levels for Tau. 35K even as low. I mean, that would be incredible, wouldn't it? I would say 48 to 55 is an interesting level for me. If I see 48 capitulate, then I am absolutely, all in. So, buy orders for Tau. So buy orders for Tau now. I mean, we can see sell orders. By the way, I was looking at the order book and the whales have started to lay the ground for where Tau could potentially go. But I'm not saying we're going to go $1,500 here. $1,350, you can see $1,350. Hopefully that demand comes later. But the order book says this buy order today, sell order here. What we have is, let's have a look. So we've got a pretty significant order, $163 for Tau. Then the juicy stuff starts. Obviously, it will break. Selling my car this week, ready to absolutely. Steve is a ledge. Final dip. Listen, sell everything. Oh, mate. We've got these orders for Tau. Again, you can't, obviously, the order book is a magnet to pick up orders. But I doubt if we come here. There is an order here for 1.8K Tau. 752 there at $131. There's a big chunk here. 127,000 Tau at $140. That is huge. Sorry, not 100. Wait. Hold on. Sorry, 1,000 Tau. 577 Tau at 138. 3K Tau. This level is going to be quite important for Tau. That $140 level is going to be defended absolutely. If it breaks that, then I would obviously start to get excited. 470 here. So I'd probably say all in all, there is about at least like 4,000 to 5,000 Bittensor Tau between 149 and 137, and then there is a bit of a drop, and then you've got 752 Tau here. That's just casually chilling at the 133 level, and then we've got another 1.8K at $100. Now, anything below that is just madness. You got a Coinbase order that came on the, what was this, 18th? 728 Tau. Somebody has booked here for $100. Good luck to that. Anything else on the book below that? Absolutely nothing else. So the Tau order book looks as clean as it's ever done, but these are your DCA level prices if you wanted to set some cheeky limit orders. And of course, we are still under the daily buy regime, so we haven't had a sell, macro daily sell yet on the current level. Yeah, Pete, you're spot on, because if we cascade down to these orders here, providing that we can actually go through this range between 159 and this range here between 159 and 138, 135, I think we go and grab this order here. That little sexy order right there, just chilling. You know, 1.8K. Chilling. So fingers crossed, man. That would be the time. That would be the time of our lives. When this then obviously goes to the upside, a couple of grand, 1.5 to about 5 grand. Crazy stuff. Pete is looking at 58K, 54K. I think there's a good confluence at that level. I'm looking at 50, 55 to 48. You know, I'm looking at break this key level here. And then I'm looking at these two levels. Yeah, that ETF level is going to be quite an interesting level here. But initially, I think 55,000, this action zone here would be quite interesting for us. These will be key levels. If 59,000 breaks, there's nothing that stops the price from going to 55. Obviously, from 59 here, boom, we come to this green line. And of course, from there, $48,000 would be quite key support level for me. But because crypto has been depressed for a while, anytime we make a move towards that $65,000 and above, 67, everyone's going to get bullish and then get trapped. If it's going to go hopefully lower than 54, 48 would be my kind of key level to watch. But 54, 55 for me, at the moment, it's just a natural support if 59,000 fails. If 59,000 fails, 55. If 55 fails, 48. And I think that would be yo, Cave in the building. What's good, brother? Hope you are well, man. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Big up to every single one of the good fathers. Even if you think you're a shit father, yeah, happy Father's Day. Listen, honestly, there's nothing more rewarding than bringing children to this planet and taking care of them, man. So big up to every single father that goes out there. Fathers are what I call silent lions. No one appreciates us, but obviously at the end of the day, we have those moments. Of course they appreciate us, but I'm just saying general terms. And it's going to be even more important right now than ever to be a conscious father. This is a time of AI. This is a time of deep fake. Shout out to the bad ones. Absolutely, bro. Big shout out to the bad fathers as well. You know, shout out to DMX. He was a father to many. Big legend. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, it's never too late, right? It's never too late to work on your skills. And, you know, at the end of the day, what constitutes to a good or a bad father? I mean, as long as you're working hard for your kids, you're teaching them the right way, You're keeping them out of trouble. You're occasionally whipping them to obviously put those old school values into them. That's what's up, man. That's the most important thing in life. You know, you teach them. I've got two little ones, two daughters, and I love both of them equally. You know, and I try my best every single day. Am I as patient as their mother? Probably not, but I have different qualities. So happy Father's Day to all the real fathers out there. Definitely worth, it's definitely worth having a moment or two in your life to just look up my kids in the back of the cave. Oh, this is you, bro. This is my guy. There's the kids, bro. Oh man, I'll display that in a sec. Big shout out to my brother from Greece. And what's my opinion on Plume? Well, first of all, let's look at the order book for Plume. And then Cave, obviously, I've got your token as well. I'll get that out. But let's have a look at Plume on spot. See if we could get excited about what's going on here. You might be wondering, damn, man, there's a lot of lines here. So it seems to me from the outset on the daily, there are orders stacked below the current candle. Okay. So without any dispute, we can see the price is going to pick up these levels. What makes it even more interesting is you've got sell orders below the current price, which is kind of weird, right? But we also track, hopefully, Plume in our AI. So let's just put it into here. So your current scores for Plume is going under strong accumulation. It has a overall score in my system of 50, which means it's kind of neutral right now at 1 cent. The volume to market cap ratio is really it's bad at the moment. So $66 million market cap, 5 million. I mean, 7% is not the worst. Actually, sorry, it's not the worst. In terms of the overall strength, is there a potential squeeze? It has a score of 14. Not necessarily at the moment, but it is potentially building up to that at some point. What else can we look at? It had a relatively strong accumulation score and a slightly better overall strength against Bitcoin. So right now, the signal is accumulation. The chart says, the order book says it's a bit of a mess when it comes to the buy and sell orders below the current price. But if we look at their fundamentals and we start to see the bigger picture here, $65 million market cap, 89 million outstanding.